Good morning.
Hello, hello.
Welcome to Friday Eve. It's Curt and Jen on the
Thursday.
podcast.
That's right. Friday Eve, also known as Thursday.
I almost said what we normally would say back in the day when we had a job.
What was that?
Curt and Jen on Star 101.5.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Old habits die hard.
Yeah, they do.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And feel free to like or to follow or to subscribe or whatever you want to do. It all helps out the show, so thanks in advance for that as well. Okay, so let's get the music out of here. Gone.
Okay.
All right.
Let's get started. Yesterday, I got to do something I thought was fun.
It is fun.
So on Tuesday, the musical Company was the name of the musical, Company
right.
at the Paramount Theater opened up and I saw the show. The next day, yesterday, one of the stars had a press tour and I got to go take her to the different TV stations in Seattle.
How about that?
To do some interviews. Judy McLane.
Right.
She has a huge Broadway resume. 4,000 shows. She holds a record of holding a leading role on Broadway in New York City for Mamma Mia.
4,000 shows sounds like a long time.
And she's been in a ton of other things.
Right. You said Kiss of the Spider Woman, Aspects of Love as well, and in Mamma Mia for nearly 8 years.
So many more shows. She was awesome. And I'm bringing this up because she was lovely to talk to. And she was so impressed with the troll under the Fremont Bridge.
Yeah.
We showed her that. Bob, the driver, and I showed her that.
For you, those of you not from the Seattle area, there is a troll.
A big sculpture
of a troll that lives underneath the Fremont Bridge. If you get a chance to visit, see the troll.
It was seriously her highlight. She thought it was the coolest thing
ever. It's a big troll. He's actually holding onto a Volkswagen Bug.
Yeah, it's mega.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think I asked her something like, something about her performances and being really good at her craft. And she's like, you know what?
Right.
It's more about being how good. It's about being good at your worst. So she rehearses a lot, but it's because at her worst, because she's like, you know, there's going to be bad days.
Right.
And so on your bad days, you still have to perform at a high level. So you practice so that on your worst day, you're still really good.
Got it. That makes sense.
I thought that was good little.
That is good advice.
That's good mindset.
Absolutely. So you got to take her on the TV stations to do her interviews.
She was awesome.
All right.
Yeah.
Did you ask her for a job as an actor on Broadway?
No, I did not. Kurt.
Can I be an actor on Broadway, please?
Right? I don't think I don't know. I would not. I would not be where my strengths lie since I can't sing.
I'm going to throw this in here because this sums up both of us pretty well.
Okay, go ahead.
There are two, and we, the national days, whatever. There's a national day for everything, but today is National Chili Dog Day for me. Chili dogs.
Do you love chili dogs?
Chili dogs are awesome.
Do you and Dana have them for dinner every once in a while?
No, she does not love chili dogs. And actually, the chili dog meat is the same kind of meat they use on what we've talked about before, Cincinnati style chili. It's very similar to that. You've never had it. You've had a chili dog, right?
Well, I mean, I couldn't tell you the last time I had a chili dog.
If you take the meat from on top of a chili dog, instead put it over pasta, over spaghetti, and add onions and cheese and all that kind of stuff. Then you've got your Cincinnati style chili like Skyline, which is delish. Now, so National Chili Dog Day, feel free to enjoy. But if you're more cultured,
National Wine and Cheese Day.
For you.
Yes.
Are you going to partake in wine and cheese?
Probably not. I'm going to tell you why. We're going to take a quick little detour, which we always do in our show. Mm-hmm. Last night, Jackie, my roommate, made these peach crush bourbon cocktails.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. You guys, if anyone is interested in the recipe, I will give it to you. I will get it from Jackie or I'll have her post it or something. I don't even love bourbon that much.
I love bourbon that much.
Do you like peaches?
Sure.
Maybe I should have you come over.
Wait, so she made it.
They were so good.
But, you had them last night.
Yes.
So why can't you have wine today?
Because I want to have another one of those delicious things.
Okay. Well, that can sit in for wine.
I'm sorry.
You can have cheese.
So
if you have cheese with it, then you're set, right?
I guess.
All right. This is actually, I'm happy to see this. We're huge fans of Disney, by the way.
Yes.
In our radio days, we went to Disney all the time.
Disneyland.
Disneyland. It was a big,
specifically.
we sometimes twice a year, sometimes we go to Aulani. in Hawaii because we love the Disney people. They've always taken good care of us. We try to do the same for them. But
this is about Disney World.
Yes. Well, actually, it's about both of them. It's about both of them.
Oh, okay.
Disney World has slashed admission prices amid mounting consumer dissatisfaction. Because, it got to the point where, we want to go to Disneyland, but, tickets for a day is like $200, $254 is actually what they have for the one-day park.
For 1 day for one person.
This is at Orlando, Disney World. Those ticket prices have soared as high as $254 for a one-day park hopper ticket at Orlando, Florida, at the theme park there, Disney World. At least
it's a park hopper ticket.
Right. So they have rolled out discounted tickets prices for select parks for select parks for summer dining plans and reduced hotel rates. That's another thing. The hotel rates are sometimes astronomical. So they're trying to win back customers who have complained about the exorbitantly high cost of taking families to the happiest place on earth.
Okay, so that's the one in Florida. What about the one in
those,
Cali?
just so you know, if you're going to go to Florida, and I have a friend, that just got back from Disney World that lives here in Seattle that wanted to go to the Florida one. Their discounted prices start at $89 a day. Much more reasonable.
Yes.
For those buying 3-day tickets, you're limited to the entrance to Hollywood Studios, Epcot, and Animal Kingdom. I don't know what the other parks are. Magic Kingdom, is that separate?
No, yes, Magic Kingdom is separate.
All right,
Magic Kingdom is Disney World, but they also have Hollywood Studios, Epcot, and Animal Kingdom on property. So that's some of the park hopper stuff.
Okay, now it says here.
It's a little deceiving. I'm not gonna lie. It's still a little deceiving.
Right here it
because
says
that's still very expensive.
Right. If they want access to Magic Kingdom, that'll require a separate purchase at full price. That can be between $109 and $159 a day.
Yeah, to $159 a day. So you add $89 to $100, basically $160. You're still up there. It makes no sense to me.
All right. Well, now Disneyland in Anaheim, they introduced a similar deal where customers were charged $50 a day to visit the theme park this summer. So as long as it was a 3-day, one park ticket that was valid for Monday through Thursdays, you can get into Disneyland in California for $50 a day. Is that okay?
Well, okay, so here's the deal. I'm just going to tell, I love Disney. You know that. Like my whole family, Disney, yes, please.
Right.
$50 a day to visit the theme park this summer. So long as you buy 3 days, but that's only one park. So you have to go to Disneyland for all 3 days. You can't hop over to California Adventure, and you have to go Monday through Thursday. So there's just a lot of restrictions. So just make sure you're reading all the small
fine print. Okay.
Yeah.
So here I'm all excited about it, but you guys, and Disney inside and out. So to me, I'm like, oh, okay, you can go to, and I'm assuming you can take all of it in for $50 a day, but no.
Well, because here's the other thing. In the summer, it's going to be busy. It doesn't matter. It's just going to be busy. So you're going to want it to have the genie passes. That's basically like the fast pass. And that's like, I don't even know. I'm not even going to guess, but that's more money per person, and you're going to want it because it makes your riding the attractions far more efficient. If you want to know how to do Disney, you ask the Pirax.
That's right.
I'm telling you what. And I'll tell you who the real expert is.
Riley
Pirax.
Your daughter. She knows
She is
a
master at getting around the park and making sure that we ride as many rides as possible.
Yes. And you were disappointed in the amount of rides that the cruises went on because we're like, hey, we're just going to drink. We'll go to the different lands. We'll go all over the world or whatever, but we're going to drink. And then if you saw, and I can't believe we have to debunk this, but if you happen to see, there's a TikTok video that claimed that Disney World has banned farting.
I mean, come on. Who even believes that?
Well, it was a satire site called Mousetrap News that put this video up.
And people thought it was real. And so now we're just saying it is not.
Right. I like this. The Mousetrap News put this video up saying Disney World banned farting. Even toddlers and babies could be kicked out for doing it.
Yeah, like Disney's going to kick people out.
All right.
I even got caught in one of these stupid traps because I read that people were getting injured. Many people were getting injured on Space Mountain, which happens to be one of, well, it is my favorite ride in Disneyland.
Yeah.
In Disneyland, it is my favorite ride. And so I reached out to my Disney friend Katie.
What you saw was
so lots of people were getting injured, and the story was, so now Disney has decided that they will just turn on the lights in Space Mountain, and that will be the attraction. I'm like, that then they can't even call it Space Mountain anymore. So I immediately got on my phone and texted my friend Katie, who works at Disneyland.
She's like, that's
and I
BS.
asked her, and she's like, that is false.
And for the record, it's also
false,
people
Jen.
are not getting injured. That's the first thing. They were saying all these people are getting injured by the like raising their hands, and I don't know.
Disneyland is like the cleanest, safest.
They do a good job.
Most magical park ever. It just costs a lot of money to go in and do all the things.
Well, if you'd like to make more money, how about this?
Put out a movie that's really awesome.
No, I was going into this part.
Oh, which part?
Most of us would quit our jobs to become influencers.
Oh, yeah.
Most people say that they would quit their jobs to be internet influencers, even older people. So
I don't have a job to quit, but I'm in that. If I still had my job, I would quit to be an influencer.
No, you wouldn't. You loved your job. You're going to leave me to do a show solo so you can go be an influencer.
I would be an influencer to make, some of them make a lot of money. My friend's daughter makes $20,000 to $30,000 a month.
Yes.
Being an influencer.
And then Sydney.
Jill Taylor's
her daughter is also an influencer, and she's,
killing it.
Have no idea, but there's the two people out of the bajillion that are actually making a living. So over half of workers, this is 18 to 60-year-olds, not just teens, say that they would quit their job to become full-time influencers, and in about 6 in 10 of social media users would gladly accept payment from brands to promote their products on their social feeds, which we've actually had to be a part of a couple times.
Would you do that?
Yeah.
Right? Why wouldn't you accept money to say,
you have to be,
Halo Top Ice Cream is the best?
But you have to be, and that's something we should say about our radio jobs. Our bosses were always really good because you're constantly bombarded with, hey, will you guys endorse this or talk about this? They were very good about saying, if you want to do it, if you believe in the product, go ahead and do it. If not, you certainly don't have to. And there's a lot of places they say, no, we need the money. You're going to go on the air and you're going to talk about this. And, because you had to talk about shaving your privates for years.
Laser hair removal, but I did enjoy it. Like it was a good service to have.
Yes, and you believed in the product there. But a lot of people.
That's the thing. I mean that's part of integrity. You've got to make sure we are good about making sure that we've vetted the product, we like the product, we know the facts about it, and we're speaking truth.
Well, they tried to get me to do something about erectile dysfunction. I was like, I don't have erectile dysfunction.
Okay,
and they said, we know. No, seriously, I'm going to say that they said, you don't have it, but you can take it from this angle. And I was like, I'm not.
Well, interested. Sometimes I will say there's sometimes there are ways to talk about it if you're educated about the product to be able to talk about it.
I wasn't interested in that one. Maybe someday we'll see. So
this is the movie one.
The movie one, Inside Out 2.
Just became the highest grossing animated movie of all time. I cannot even believe it.
Should I go get Sadness so we have something to show?
More than 1.4 billion with a B as in boy.
Hooray for Inside Out 2. The previous champ was Frozen Part 2, but now...
I'm surprised that the part 2s are beating the other ones. You know what I mean? They're originals.
What did you think of Inside Out 2? Better than the first?
I loved it. I thought it was equal to the first, actually. I like them both. They're both very similar.
So, highest grossing animated movie of all time, Inside Out 2, followed by Frozen 2, as we mentioned.
All of these have, are you going to
they've all grossed over $1 billion.
Yeah.
Super Mario Brothers movie. The original Frozen was number 4. Incredibles 2, the number 5. Then we've got Minions, Toy Story 4, Toy Story 3, Despicable Me 3. That's the new one, right? Or is this the fourth one? The new one is the fourth one.
I think the fourth one, yeah.
Okay. And Finding Dory.
I can't believe that Finding Dory is higher grossing than Finding Nemo.
Yeah. So maybe once they know
some surprises. There's some surprises on there for sure.
Well,
like Toy Story, the first Toy Story.
But a lot of these are the second ones, or in the case of Toy Story, the third or fourth. So by then you've got when it's the first one, it's hard to get the footing. But after that, you're like, we're going to go see this next one for sure.
Okay.
For sure.
The friendliest and unfriendliest states to visit. And I will just tell you this.
Yes.
Washington State is in the top 5 of one of these lists.
It's not necessarily a great list on this one.
Well, it depends on your perspective.
We're going to start with this. The friendliest states that you can visit. This is according to Newsweek. All right.
So this is legit.
Yeah. They have a ranking of all 50 states based on how friendly they are to tourists. And according to the survey of travelers on social media, we have the friendliest states, and among the top 10 friendliest states, among them, Tennessee, South Carolina, Texas is a friendly state, apparently. Wyoming. Is there anything in Wyoming?
Jackson Hole.
Okay. Oh, that's great, if you can afford it. Indiana and Colorado, all on there. Hawaii as well. But the absolute friendliest state is Minnesota.
What's there?
Everything.
Do you know?
Well, Mall of America.
Okay.
Minneapolis, St. Paul, plenty of stuff. Lots of lakes. It's gorgeous, by the way. If you actually want to see the changing of the colors, going into fall. You've got the Northeast, which is phenomenal. And then Wisconsin, Minnesota, unbelievable for the changing of the trees, the leaves.
Okay.
You look like a disbeliever.
Worst states.
Okay, you want to get to the Washington thing. These are the rudest states, okay, according to this this poll. New York was named the rudest state. I could see that.
Not surprising.
Just based on what we know about New Yorkers. Followed by Arkansas, Delaware, Massachusetts, New Jersey, and Washington. Washington State,
Number 5
sixth or whatever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, I lied.
Sixth
I
rudest
lied.
state. You did not lie.
I did lie. I said we were in the top 5 of one of the lists.
That's all right.
I wasn't misinformed.
Regardless,
I just miscounted.
It's fifth, sixth. Who cares? We're one of the rudest states. I don't agree. But then we don't get outside of this area very much. You know.
Well,
I mean, so how far east do we go? Leavenworth?
no, I go. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
It is what it is.
Well, who knows? Maybe the rudest people are right here in Seattle. I'm just assuming it's someplace else because I don't think we're
we do
rude.
have the Seattle Freeze.
Aye.
Okay.
Guess what starts tomorrow?
The Olympics.
The Olympics. The opening ceremony for the Paris Olympics is tomorrow. Now, there's some different things this time too, right?
Oh, like breaking? You mean the different sports? Is that what you're
I
talking
mean,
about?
how they're handling the opening ceremony is a little different.
Oh,
this
I
time.
didn't know that. Tell me.
Instead of the traditional march into the stadium, there's going to be about 10,500 athletes. They're going to parade on more than 90 boats on the Seine River.
Nice. I like it.
Did you not see that there have been some promos showing?
Look at people getting on their boats. That's so weird.
Yeah, there have been these promotions with Steven, why can't I think of his name? Spielberg. And they've got the boat showing in the back what they're going to do. So they're going to, all these athletes, 10,500 on more than 90 boats on the Seine. This is going to start with the ceremony starting, not marking the end of it. I guess that's what they used to do at the end. But now this is the beginning. And it starts at 10:30 a.m. right here in the Pacific.
Right here in the Pacific.
Right here in the Pacific, right in the Pacific Ocean.
Our time zone, it starts at 10:30 tomorrow morning.
And it's expected
televised.
to last for more than 3 hours.
Whoa.
So save a little time. So 10:30 a.m., I think on CBS? King 5.
NBC.
Sorry, King 5. NBC.
will be hosting all the Olympic things.
Stuff.
I think that there's maybe some ancillary channels that might be, doing some of the things.
There we go. We did like this, a suggestion from a person named Kelsey. She had posted this. I am yet again asking the Olympics to simply let a regular, non-athlete person do the events first so I can watch and understand how good the actual athletes are.
That's pretty funny. I thought that was hilarious.
You have me doing the high jump. Run, splat.
Okay.
That would be the end of that.
Moving on.
Yesterday we were asking about this.
Yep. Did you name your robot vacuum? And if so, what is it? Or any other household appliance?
Right. We had, Dana and I just got a robot vacuum.
And you named yours?
We named it, are you ready?
Yeah.
Windy.
Windy.
Not necessarily, windy. Windy.
Spelt the traditional way, Windy.
Windy.
Are you doing EE? Are you doing?
I don't know. I haven't thought about this.
IE?
Windy, not Wendy. Okay. So Windy is going to be our robot vacuum. And I was surprised because Jen's like, oh, a lot of people do this with their little robot things. I said, no, they don't. But you guys came out in droves. And with your names for your robot vacuum, starting with Jeff, who this was a popular one, was Rosie the robot. All right,
like in the Jetsons.
Exactly.
And my mom actually weighed in. Kim, robot vacuum is Dizzy Lizzy.
Dizzy Lizzy.
And then Jennifer said Dan, her husband, I think, Dan, calls him Randy. She calls him Hank. So that's confusing for the robot. Like, who am I?
Right, but also, what does both of those are like random names. They have nothing to do with the the robot being
because you can name your robot anything.
Like Patrick Harrison calls his Sucker. That makes sense.
Yes,
he's the Sucker. And then we've got Jenny says Jarvis, which isn't that a traditional name for like
I don't know, Jarvis Roomba.
I think Jarvis is like a traditional name for like a butler or something like that, right?
Yeah,
Jarvis, or a driver or something like that. Well, Jeeves. That's what Carlene. Our RoboVac is called Jeeves, and I always thought that Jeeves was take me someplace, Jeeves.
Kate said that it's the best gift she's ever given herself, and she calls it Rue. And then she listed a picture. She's like, "This is why it's the best gift I've ever given myself." And she posted a picture of her dog,
her golden retriever,
who sheds all the time.
If you've got a golden, you know that.
Yeah.
So we're talking about what you named your robot vacuum. Amanda went with Rosie, like the Jetsons robot. Halsey said Leo. I love Sheetal's answer. Ha ha. I thought we were the only ones who named our RoboVac.
Oh, no.
My son named it Perry, P-E-R-I, when he was little. So I guess there's his Perry.
Yep. Janet said her Roomba upstairs is Robbie, and then her Roomba downstairs is Ruby.
Good for you for having
Robbie
two
and
Roombas.
Ruby, yeah.
Dan went with Sharky, probably because he has a shark. That's also what our friend Taryn said. Mine is Shark brand, so I call him Little Sharky, right? And how about Maya?
Yep.
Have you ever seen 2001: A Space Odyssey?
I haven't. That's why I was going to ask you. She named it Hal. Hers Hal.
The computer in 2001 is named Hal. And the explanation that Maya uses is Hal likes to go around our downstairs and he will shut you in the pantry or out in the garage. I'm not going to do a spoiler for the movie, but one of the things that happens is when Hal gets mad, he locks one of the astronauts out in space.
Oh my God. So he's a mean robot.
He's a logical
Curt
robot.
named his Roomba Mabel.
Not me, Curt, a different Curt. Ina, her robot vacuum is called Romeo.
I like
Romeo. Gizmo 2 is Laurel Baker's.
Oh, and Taryn weighed in. Yay. Her shark brand. Hers is Shark brand. She calls him Little Sharky.
Yes, Little Sharky was hers. Rhonda calls her Shark Vacuum Rosie from the Jetsons. This final one I love because they have different appliances. So this is Flannery.
Yes.
Says, my vacuum is named Rosario from Will and Grace. Do you get that?
No.
Maybe that
I watched Will and Grace too.
Was there a maid service or something?
I don't remember. I'll have to look that up.
But Flannery also calls her stand mixer Wilfrida, and the washer and dryer are Bill and Ted.
Oh my gosh, she names all her appliances. Flannery, you go, girl.
Thank you for your help with this
good,
one.
You guys. Those are good ones.
All right, you like this one, Jen, and this is actually important. People want to know how to keep fresh cut flowers longer, particularly because it's summertime.
Yep.
You're getting a lot of fresh cut flowers.
Yes, I love fresh cut flowers. So you cut the flowers in the morning. Unless it's hot weather, then you need to wait for the evening, and it's because the stems are full of water, and that will keep them hydrated longer. Use a clean vase because lingering bacteria can accelerate floral decline. You should also let the vase air dry after washing it.
Okay.
Avoid submerging any foliage in the water. So any of the leaves or anything, take those off before putting them in the water.
But you can fill the water up that high if you take the leaves off. But
yeah, but you don't want that extra stuff. You just want the stems in the water because it just makes it mucky, and it's hard for the stem to absorb the water because that other stuff is taken up.
Is that a scientific term, mucky?
Yep.
Okay.
Change the water every day, or at least every couple days, which I did not know.
I just add water, so I guess it's change the water.
Change the water because it gets yuck. Keep your flowers away from direct sunlight. Don't put your flowers near any fruit. I learned something new today because I did not know this.
Please explain.
So the fruit releases a substance called ethylene, which causes the flowers to deteriorate quicker. And apples are one of the worst fruits to put your fruit by, or to put your flowers by. So don't do it.
So those are evil fruits.
Well, I guess so.
Like the
evil
computer.
apple. I guess that is.
All right.
Okay, and then I've heard this before. Add aspirin to the water.
What?
Some claim that putting aspirin in the water, and it has to be aspirin, not another pain reliever.
Acetaminophen. Here you go, plant.
In the water to help the cut flowers stay fresh because it lowers the water's pH, and it may help the plants absorb the water better. So just crush a couple aspirin pills. Not Tylenol.
Not Advil.
No, well,
not Aleve.
It's aspirin.
All right.
Put them in the vase before you put in your blooms.
That's incredible.
I know.
I had no idea about the aspirin thing, especially.
You
and
didn't?
the fruit. The fruit thing is brand new. Like, don't keep your flowers near fruit because the fruit will screw it up.
I didn't know you should cut your flowers in the morning if you're cutting from your garden.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know that either.
So hopefully we learned some stuff. And thank you, Jen. That could almost be a Fun Fact Friday thing.
You're going to love this, Curt.
What's that?
Sleep-Cations. It's the latest wellness travel trend.
Oh, sleep.
And
Good sleep.
The concept's been around for a while, but it's getting a lot of attention because over a third of people have a difficult time getting a good night's sleep, and even more people don't get the recommended 7 to 9 hours of sleep a night.
Also me.
So why not a Sleep-Cation where all you do is prioritize, focus on, and set yourself up for a restful night's sleep?
And isn't it something that we're at a point now where sleep becomes a part of your, almost like you plan? Like, growing up, you're young, okay, I'll go to sleep when I'm done partying or whatever. Now it's like, okay, well, I need to be in bed by blah, blah, blah.
So I can get this many hours sleep, and I know I don't get enough. But so what's a Sleep-Cation? It's as simple as it sounds. Taking a vacation with the intention of getting a good night or a few nights sleep. You can go into your local city. You can go out of
hotel,
town.
right?
And they have special sleep packages that include enhanced ways to get a great night's sleep, like a fancy bed, some advanced technology, sound machines, sleep-enhancing supplements.
I like this one, the full-on sleep retreat, where you meet with experts who help guide your physical and mental wellness to make sure you leave there feeling renewed, refreshed, and relaxed. I want to do that even if I'm not going to sleep.
I mean, some of these beds are really expensive. I was reading some of the articles about this before we put this as a topic on our show.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, some of these beds cost more than a house might.
A house.
Not around here. Not a house around here.
There are beds that cost more than a house.
Because of all the stuff they add to it. The bedding, the special mattresses, and then some have this adaptive technology to enhance and track your sleep. There's more budget-friendly options too, though.
Sure. We do have the sleep sound. And this was from, doing morning radio when you're getting up at 2:30, 2:45, or whatever the case may be. Your body, I don't care how long you do it, your body does not think. You can't fool your body into thinking that's the morning. It knows it's the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Every day, no matter how long you do it, it's like, this is messed up. So we got the sleep sound. You've got it on your phone as well if you want to use this. There's like free ones on your phone.
Yeah.
We got
Sleep
a
sounds.
sleep sound thing, and all we use is the white noise. Or just honestly, have you ever heard it when you come here in the morning? 'Cause
No.
it's still running. And you're thinking, how can that work? Mostly it was to block out. And this will help when and if you're ever sleeping on a boat.
Okay.
It eliminates background sounds. You're like, well, that in and of itself is pretty loud, but for some reason,
It works.
but now I have a hard time sleeping in quiet rooms. Yeah,
Okay.
a little bit of noise. So
Well,
there you go.
here's the thing. They have all the things that
things.
you would need to get a good night's sleep. And their whole focus for you, if you buy a package like that, is to help you sleep well.
So if you want to take a vacation specifically for getting better sleep, a Sleep-Cation, don't be embarrassed. It's a thing.
I would have to, you know what I'd have to do? I'd have to go to the most boring city ever to do that because I'd be like, what?
Yes, I
I
know,
don't want to
I
sleep.
know.
I want to wake up and I want to go see things and do things.
Go.
And
Exactly.
go make some memories because I'm not making memories sleeping. I can tell you that.
Well, but yeah, the whole purpose of this is to get good sleep. And that's another thing. Quality sleep, I mean, hours are important as well. But even if you're getting 8 hours, but it's crappy sleep, no bueno.
Yes.
No bueno.
All right, tomorrow. I like this a lot.
Well,
and
then you tell about it.
We're going to share with you some super intimate acts that have nothing to do with sex that you can do with and for your partner. I mean, I love this. I'm always looking for ways to make my relationship better with Pat.
Right.
And these are great.
And they're fun, too.
Did you see the list?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
These are fun things.
They're good
Again,
things.
super intimate acts that have nothing to do with sex that you can do with and or for your partner. That'll be tomorrow. And of course, it's Friday, so guess what that means?
Fun Fact Friday.
So perhaps we'll be educating you just a bit.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe you'll learn something.
Have an awesome
Yeah.
Thursday. Thank you so much for listening. And if you like what you hear, please, we ask you it's easy. Share us, like us, follow us, subscribe on whatever platform you use. You just
Right.
have to hit that little like button or the follow button. That's super helpful for us.
That way we know you like us. I mean, we do know you like us, but then here's
Yes.
confirmation.
Yes,
we
that's
like
right.
you.
All right, everybody.
Go ahead.
Why don't you say it this time? Should you?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm going to say it because it's such a great saying, and this is what Jen ends with every show, all right? It is, I want to make sure I get it right. So make good choices, find joy, and spread kindness. We'll talk to you tomorrow.